Hey everyone, this is Jennifer Harris with Whole Story Counseling. I'm jumping on to record a video today to introduce what will be the topic of my next few weeks of video blogging. Yeah, I know you're supposed to call that a vlog, but I think that is just a really stupid word. So we're going to say video blog, and I don't care if it makes me sound like an old fuddy-duddy. I have been wrestling for a number of weeks now with the um, intention of this topic, with the growing almost pressure, almost compulsive need to talk about this topic. And working with my clients over the past few weeks and months, I can just see how this particular theme and topic is so crucial to our mental health journey. And so we're going to talk about in the next few weeks about what it means to be the parent of adult children and to be the adult child of a parent, and what it means to release the obligations, expectations, and demands that are often found in this relationship. In my experience, personally, and with clients and with friends, there is mostly an obligation that drives this relationship. Expectations drive this relationship. And there has not been space given to redefine the relationship, the parameters, the rules, the ways in which each person requires their needs met when the child reaches adulthood. The patterns of interaction often stay the same. And what it means to pursue relationships driven by love and true love, real love, not the true love Princess Bride version, but the true meaning of love includes equal choice for both parties. To return that space to choose has the power to completely revolutionize the adult child parent relationship. Because there is nothing good about a relationship that has as its foundation obligation or demands or expectations or you owe me or I owe you. Nothing good comes from that kind of a foundation. And yet, over and over and over, I hear story after story after story of adults telling me how they are unable to either communicate that to a parent, are afraid to communicate that to a parent, are unwilling because of a fear of threat, of consequences, of backlash, of punishment, for daring to want to change the rules of the relationship. And yet, moving from child parent to adult child parent by definition requires those rules to be renegotiated in order to allow that child to become a full and equal partner in the relationship. As an adult, the child is no longer in a parent-child relationship. We have done this. And how to do that is in many ways terrifying for both the parent and the adult child. It's new. And new to our brain and our feeling of safety, new is scary, period. That's why we avoid change at all costs, because it feels wrong, because it's different. And I am telling you that on the other side of that boundary of fear into the unknown is the relationship that you as an adult child wish to have with your parent, and the relationship that the parent desires to have with their adult child. Are you willing to allow space for change? It's going to be required on both parties, from both parties. And yet the parent bears much more of the responsibility, because normally they're the ones that maintain the expectations and obligations and demands of what it was to parent a young child. You are the parent. Therefore, the responsibility falls on you to honor your child as they become an adult. And the adult child has the responsibility to redefine what honor looks like. Honor is in no way obligation. Obligation is the bastardization of relationship, the bastardization of love, the bastardization of kindness and goodness. Obligation is death to relationships. There's nothing that refuels relationships out of obligation, but love. Love is a mutually restoring, mutually benefiting, mutually good and regenerative force between parties that are in relationship. And that love means each person, as an adult child and the parent, get to choose how that relationship works and get to choose the relationship or not if our old patterns can't be released on one party's side or another. So the invitation is to be uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable. I'm not going to lie. I'm uncomfortable. I feel myself telling some stories. There is something very deep in here about betraying family secrets or bucking the religious system of honor your father and your mother, of challenging the cultural you owe your parents story. There's some personal fear of the upheaval, the reprisals for what that means in my family relationships. And I can hold that with the absolutely 1000% deep conviction that change is required if you want the relationships between parent and child to be what you imagine them to be. So we're going to talk about that over the next few weeks. We're going to talk about what it is to have full personhood, meaning choice, the power to say no, the power to say yes, the power to make invitations without obligations, the power to take the relationship from a hierarchical overness of the parent to one of equanimity, of mutuality. And the power of owning your responsibility of how you've created that system, how you've participated in that system, and what could be possible when we redefine the rules of the system. Uncomfortable? Great. Hopeful? Me too. Confident? Yeah, I am. Based on my own experience and with my clients, I am confident that what I have to say on this topic, despite the possibility that it will completely disrupt and even destroy, deconstruct maybe is a better word. Not just nobody needs to be destroyed, but to break down, to deconstruct. Disruption, definitely. Deconstruction, likely. But on the other side, oh, it's gorgeous. It's amazing. It's open and free and good and beautiful. And no one needs to be obligated in order to create that. No one can be obligated and create that. So, if this sounds at all intriguing, join me, won't you? I'll be here, and we're gonna find that field with that river of goodness running through it, in which relationships are created, sustained, and fulfilled in love and not obligation. Okay, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.